There's been a lot of ups and downs to the Chicago Bears season. On today's episode, me, C-Dub, Bobby, we're going to break down the upcoming Chicago Bears free agents that we expect to come back and who we expect to leave. We're going to get into all that and more on today's episode of Chicago Bears Central.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Hey, listen, it's holiday time. That means we off work. That means you get the whole squad on a Tuesday. Usually you only get this on Wednesdays and Sundays. This is a special occasion for you guys. But fellas, man, go ahead. Let's see though.
No, go ahead. I was just finna say something crazy. Go ahead.
For that, man, we're going to talk about some of the players that we see coming back, why or why not, who we think is going to go. We're going to run down this list of upcoming free agents that are currently on the Chicago Bears roster. And we got to start with the main one, man. This is one that everybody's going to be talking about. It has the most questions around him. Darnell Mooney, man. How you guys feeling about the Darnell Mooney situation?
Shall I proceed?
Go ahead. You have the floor, my guy.
Hey, Darnell Mooney, man. I know we talked about this guy in the beginning of the season, and he had a chance to be a great complimentary guy for DJ Moore, especially with the report that was reportedly been said about him and Justin Fields, how they connect, so the chemistry so great. But this season there has been no chemistry. There has been no biology, no chemistry, no geometry, no nothing.
I mean, if there's biology between Mooney and Fields, that's we got some concerns there, my guy. You know, I can say on that one, we got some concerns there. But keep it going.
Well, at least it's not any. So, I think Darnell Mooney will be a name that we had here for about a minute, for a long time, that we probably won't see next season. I'm a just performance. What can I say? He has not put nothing on the table no, I'm just gonna have to say Darnell Mooney gone.
Okay. Bob.
Yeah, I think that Darnell Mooney might be on his way out. Me personally, I don't think it's all on him. I also got to look at the terrible offensive coordinator that we have. You have a hobbled Cole Kmet and a hobbled DJ Moore, and you still can't feed Darnell Mooney. I know that's it's a collective. It's on him, the coach, and Justin Fields to get him involved. But I also think that when you think about how much money you can save with not bringing them back and the draft capital that you have available to you, you could draft other wide receivers. You could save some of that money, and the money that you're going to free up with Darnell Mooney, you can give some of that to Jaylon Johnson, who's been performing much, much better than Darnell Mooney. It's very, very unfortunate. I know C-Dub got a lot of slack from some of y'all. So y'all better go ahead and comment your apologies below.
Hey, you did. I'll give it to Dub. He said it coming into the season, man. Go ahead, Dub.
Hey, and one more thing. Tyler Scott is just like Darnell Mooney to me. They like probably the same. They look similar. You know what I'm saying? When you look on the field, you don't know who caught the ball or not. You know what I'm saying? So
right now it's neither of them. So you ain't got to worry about that. It's neither of them right now. So no, but I agree with many of the reasons both you guys laid out. When it comes to Darnell Mooney, it's a mixture of, it's not all on him. There are some times where Justin Fields has missed him wide open. There's some scheme things with Luke Getsy. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the business part of it.
Yep.
If the Bears are planning on drafting a wide receiver with either one of their first round picks, you guys know I'm very lenient towards saying we should draft Marvin Harrison Jr. number 1 overall. But regardless of where they go, even if it's with their own pick, you have to look at it as that's another rookie scale deal. There's some 6 feet studs in the wide receiver room in this prospect board. So, and then you have to try to convince yourself, okay, why are you going to pay Darnell Mooney if you do bring in another stud wide receiver in the draft? And you do have Tyler Scott, who I'll still say this. Right now, Darnell Mooney is a better player than Tyler Scott.
Yeah.
But there's not a huge enough gap in that to where if you're looking at paying Darnell Mooney, you say, hey, we can probably get as much out of this as Tyler Scott develops even just a little bit over the offseason. And one of the biggest things that we're kind of giving Darnell Mooney the inside edge initially coming into the season that I did, it was like the chemistry with Justin Fields. But listen, we saw Justin Fields build amazing chemistry with DJ Moore with one offseason. That tells me he can build that chemistry with anybody who's willing to work. That chemistry part of the argument, that shit don't matter no more.
Agree.
what were they building? Because if DJ Moore could come in a couple months, one little off season and be like this, one of the deadliest duos in NFL, and then it take you what 2-3 years? Ooh,
And
it's
that
sad. It's
and
sad.
that's why I kind of look at Luke Getsy in this regard, because if you look at schematically, I
Mhm.
believe that Darnell Mooney was most effective when he was under Matt
Nagy.
Nagy, when he was doing shallow crosses, things going across the middle of the field. Luke
Mhm.
Getsy doesn't really have many of those type of plays in his playbook. Everything is outside the numbers. It one goes towards the sideline, hit corner routes and things like that. Probably some of the most difficult throws that a quarterback has to make is those corner routes. He doesn't set those contingency plays up well. And I think that Darnell Mooney would have been, succeeded in that. But unfortunately, it's probably too late with 2 games left.
You know what's horrid to me? Watching Lamar Jackson hit receivers doing those across the field routes last night.
Yes.
Like I'm like, that's easy passes for Justin Fields. Like, why can't our quarterback get these plays right here? Look at this.
Because Luke Getsy is terrible at his job. That's really what it just boils down to, bro. Like,
That's what it come down to.
like it's just like what you could probably count on one hand how many slant routes we've seen this season, bro.
It's probably like 3, to
like
be
that.
honest.
Like, how do you not run slant routes with wide receivers the speed of Tyler Scott and Darnell Mooney?
No,
It
I
just
don't
doesn't
get it.
make any sense to me.
Doesn't.
You got to respect DJ Moore going down the field, right? The defense has to respect that. Slant route should be right there. You don't even run slant routes for fucking your tight ends and cold commit. It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
and we already know what's Luke Getsy' favorite play. It's we're
Screen.
gonna have Darnell Mooney with a clear out route, and we're gonna have DJ Moore with an in route right under it.
Yeah.
And it's money every time. But the thing is, once DJ Moore gets hobbled, what are you moving to next to get the other guys involved?
Yeah.
Big questions, man. Big questions.
Yeah.
But all right, that was Darnell Mooney, man. Let's get to one that's kind of on the opposite side. His performance has definitely dictated that he should get another contract. The bigger question is how is Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren going to look at it? Jaylon Johnson, how you guys feel? What are you guys sitting right now? Do you think Jaylon Johnson is going to come back? I know we all kind of think he should with his performance, his age, about to turn 25 years old. He fits that timeline of every other cornerback that we have. They're all like 15 to 18 months within range of each other. But do you guys think that Jaylon Johnson is coming back next season?
I do think that Jaylon Johnson is coming back. I do want to add that we should not break the bank. I don't think he deserved top cornerback money. I think he said as much as well. If we can't get a deal done, tag his ass because he's coming back tomorrow, regardless of what happens. That's all I got to say.
I think that you have to bring this guy back, and I think that, you know what I'm saying, I don't think with the latest comments from Jaylon Johnson, I don't think you have to break the bank for him. I just think that you have to get him a respectable offer.
Yeah.
Because when he comes out and say things like, I see what they're building over here, I want to be a part of this, I don't want to play for anywhere else, that tells me he willing to take a little bit less money, but the offer has to be respectable. So
what's respectable? What's respectable?
Bro, at this point with the way he's performed,
I said Haize offer was the best offer. Give him 18.5 with incentives that we can rob.
That's respectable though for a cornerback.
I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that would still put him at the top. If I'm not in the top 10 of cornerbacks paid in the league, you lay that with incentives. And if he plays like he did again at the back half of this season, especially with having a respectable defensive line, he'll hit those incentives easily.
Right.
Yeah, I hope so.
I really hope that Jaylon, like especially with him kind of changing the stance, we know that after the trade, well, right before the trade deadline, said that, hey, I'm not negotiating anymore with the Chicago Bears. It's done, right? Well, until the offseason, he was just shutting it down to focus on the season. And he's performed. Like at this point, to me, the only question that you can have about Jaylon Johnson isn't about on the field. It's about the money. And if he's saying that he wants to stay here and be a part of what we're doing here, like Bobby said, that says usually that you're willing to take a little bit less than the market value. And so Ryan Poles got to get this done. Like to me, you have you locked in Cole Kmet, but you got to lock in a guy. Like what else do you want somebody to do? He was drafted here. Yeah, you didn't draft him, but he was drafted here. The secondaries consistently play better as the season goes on. You now have them a respectable pass rush to help what they do out there in the secondary. To me, Jaylon Johnson, everything on the football field, he has shown why he should get another contract with the Chicago Bears.
Agreed.
Can I ask you guys a question? I hope to be hurt. I'm sorry, I gotta be this guy. But does it alarm y'all in any way that he chose his contract year to have his best year of his NFL career? Do you think he can fall back a little bit to earth? You know what I'm saying? He get a contract, a nice 18 and a half, y'all know, and then his production falls down. I seen this with I can't name a player, but a lot of players they like try to go all out in that contract year to get that bag, and then the next couple of years it's like a dud. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, there's that always that concern there, but I think that it's football reasons as well. Outside of just it's kind of like you got Montez Sweat. Look, his production has gone up considerably since you got Montez Sweat, and so we've talked about the symbiotic relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage. So I think there's also football reasons to believe more than not that this shouldn't be able to continue. On top of you building a cornerback core of nothing but dogs.
Yeah,
Jaylon Johnson, Tyree Stevenson, Terrell Smith, Kyler Gordon, nothing but dogs. To me, even if he does take a little bit of a step back, those they're all young, but those other guys should be progressing as well over that time. I look at it as well as like you're paying it for you don't have to worry about paying like the first one that's going to be up for extension is Kyler Gordon. You still got 3 years before you got to worry about that.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm not too worried about it. Even if he does take a step back, cool. We got the young guys in the wings that we don't have to worry about paying them soon. So we're good there either way.
Yeah, I would say that like when you look at the box, the stat sheet, you might say, hey, he only had one interception prior to this season in those 3 years that he played. But I will say that this is the best defense he's been in so far in his career. And you've seen the results. He's able to, have more of an impact when it comes to interception wise, but the numbers still remain the same and everything else, at least from what I look at. And that's our opposing quarterbacks thrown his way. And it ain't happening a lot. And that's been, that's been his whole mantra for his career thus far. People ain't throwing it to his side. But now with that pass rush, like Haize pointed out, you get more production out of that. So I say you got to keep him around.
I bet.
Yeah. All right. Let's move into the next one. Only signed a 1-year deal here. D'Onta Foreman. Now, where do you guys sit with this? And the thing that makes this interesting is that D'Onta Foreman is going to be 28 next season. You have three running backs here, and him, Khalil Herbert, who's still on the rookie scale deal. We still got him 1 more year on that deal. You got Roschon, who you just drafted. D'Onta Foreman. For any doubt that was around the NFL around him, he's silenced about all those doubters with his performance this year. Do you think the Bears bring him back, or do you think they look at it and say, yeah, D'Onta, we love you. We weren't sure what Roschon was going to be. You've been great while you've been here, but we're going to roll the dice with Khalil and Roschon and maybe bring back a Travis Homer or something like that, save some money, because D'Onta Foreman has a chance of getting paid considerably. He got a $2 million deal this year, but considering his performance, he could get a little bit more than that in a time where you don't really see running backs paid a lot. How you guys feeling on D'Onta?
This another squad or a group that the Bears got an abundance of talent in. That's the running back room. D'Onta Foreman was terrific, especially when we had an injury to Rojo. He definitely carried the torch, and he led us to a couple victories there. I'm gonna just go by personal preference right here, because I think all 3 of these guys deserves to be back, but I know we probably lose at least one. I'm gonna just go. I want Khalil Herbert and Rojo, so I'm gonna say he goes out and get him a good payday somewhere. D'Onta Foreman, he deserves it because he had a terrific year in my count.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he leaves as well. Not only because the money, but from what I see, when it's 3 running backs, 3 healthy running backs, the production is not up to the standard that we see when one of them is missing. When Foreman was out, Khalil Herbert stepped up tremendously. When Khalil Herbert and those guys went down and Foreman was the main guy, we seen production. But with all 3 of these guys in the running back room, the production was a bit shaky. You know what I'm saying? So I say that this guy goes and earn himself some more money. And I also believe that the Bears might look at another option in the running back in this draft again to see what else you can do. Because if at the end of the season, I'm still going to be having questions about Khalil Herbert at this point when it comes to his offense. What can he add to this offense? We need more. We love these guys, but we need more dynamic players out of the pass catching, and they need the pass blocking needs an upgrade from these running backs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and right now, Roshan still is the one that offers the most combination of all
Yep.
those things. But like you
Mhm.
said, you don't overlook them being able to find a really good quality running back in the later drafts. We're talking about rounds 4, 5, and 6. You can find really good quality running
Yep.
backs still in
Oh
this
yeah.
upcoming draft. So
Yeah.
that's going to be one of those positions that you always kind of look at like, and it sucks because there's so many talented running backs that they're
Mhm.
just not going to get paid or get long-term deals just because like running back is the easiest position right now in the NFL to replace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just
bro.
is.
Agreed.
It is what it
Right.
is in the National Football League. It's just the trend right now. So I think Dante, he's still gonna get paid. He gonna get him
Yeah.
a nice
Somebody's
gig
gonna get him.
and
Yeah,
get him some nice playing time out there on the field. He gonna be nice. I hope he go to a decent team. That's all
facts.
I'm
For
saying.
sure.
Agree with that. Agree with that. Yannick Ngakoue, 1 year signing, $10 million deal, $10.5 million deal. Immediately got outshined by Montez Sweat. How we feeling?
Hey man, he hurt, man. I ain't gonna get on him so too bad, but you gone, my guy. Peace out. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get him on him too bad, bro.
Yeah.
He hurt.
Yeah, I think that you're gonna find your replacement. You got your star Montez Sweat. Now you get your young guy in there who can mold and grow alongside Montez Sweat. Me personally, I would love Jared Verse. That's just my personal preference
Man,
for what
listen.
I've seen. And
Yeah.
yeah, the pairing with Verse and Sweat, it'll be nice. That I would save the
Okay,
money.
yeah.
You can use that money elsewhere.
Yeah, and I save the money. You bring in Jared Verse. That's almost replicating what Montez Sweat and Chase Young had going on, bro. Because
Mhm.
Jared
Yeah,
Verse
yeah.
is a dog, solid in
Yeah,
the
bro.
run, solid in the pass. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, Unique, it's not happening for you, my guy. Like it's not
It's
happening
not,
for
bro.
you, my guy. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man.
that 10 mil can go right back towards the cap
Hey,
space.
listen, you gave go right back to Jaylon. It's all coming back to Jaylon Johnson, my guy. Give him money. Pay my guy. Pay my guy.
Let's get that bread.
Let's move from that to another defensive lineman. Though, and this is one that I honestly came into the season or after this trade deadline initially thought like this is going to be easy decision. But with this recent play, since we got Montez Sweat, he may make it a little bit more interesting. Justin Jones, and just go over Justin Jones' stats so far this year: 46 tackles, 27 of those being solo, 4.5 sacks. That is the most sacks in his NFL career, and he's still only 27 years old.
Yeah.
What you guys feeling
Damn.
about Justin Jones?
Damn, he only 27.
27.
Justin Jones, well, we remember early in the season, probably first 5, 6 weeks, he was getting zeros across the board on the stats, Justin Jones. And then as soon as this guy Montez Sweat come, this guy started turning up. He got like 3, 4 sacks in the last 3 games.
So since November 9th, he has 3.5 sacks. So only 1 sack before then. That's since Sweat came on board.
Oh my God, that
Jeez.
just tell you how good Montez Sweat is. And this is
Mhm.
what I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna say he still leaves because you see how he was without Sweat. And I think Montez Sweat is such a game changer that you could plug a younger, stronger, better player at that position, like a Dexter or a Pickens or somebody, and you could get the same production. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, he still gets moved.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going because I'm with you, Haize. It's a hard case because you still, even though you know what I'm saying, guys might not be that productive per se, you still need that veteran leadership. But I think there's enough around now, at least on the defensive line, because you just re-signed Andrew Billings, you locked up
Yes.
Montez Sweat. You're gonna get another year from Zach Pickens and Javon Dexter. And I gotta go with the mantra of Ryan Pose. We're gonna continue to build this thing through the draft. And I think it's gonna come down to what we always talked about when we look at players: is the value. Is paying him valuable enough than per saying, hey, I can find a young defensive tackle out of college, maybe work him up a little bit, coach him up, and then we could probably get the same production. It's still to be determined, but I think it's gonna be a tough conversation between Pose and Justin Jones for sure.
Facts. Agree with that 100%. Last one that we're going to talk about today, Lucas Patrick.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Anybody got the packing tape? Bro, I will.
Let's
pack
throw this
back
man
for
a going away party.
All I got to say on him is walking a mile, walking the motherfucking green mile because it's over with for you, bro. That's it. It's done. It's done.
Bro, but he like Michael Myers though. Drip, we thought he was gone last year. He gonna be back, bro.
bro, if we get to the point where Lucas Patrick has to come back to this team, bro. Well, keep in mind too, the thing is that he does have a contract for next year. I think. Well, no, he is an unrestricted free agent next year. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you got to look at Lucas Patrick, over 30 years old. Like maybe you keep him on as maybe an emergency depth piece, but that's the only way that I can see him coming back. You cannot go into next season expecting Lucas Patrick to play any type of role for your team, in my opinion. Bro.
Hey, we gotta lose Michael Myers, bro. I ain't going. Come on, nephew. Go ahead. This Mar always on the team, and he trash. Why is he steady on the team? Even go ahead, nephew.
I was gonna say, man, I think I'm with Haize. The only way you bring this guy is you letting them know, hey, you just gonna be the backup, bro. That's it. Like literally. That's it. No. Hey, Michael Myers might rise again.
But the thing is, too, is that you have Dan Feeney. Both him and Dan Feeney are unrestricted free agents heading into next year. And to me, I'm gonna roll my dice on the mullet. He wasn't that great either. But if we just need a depth piece, I'm gonna bring the mullet back more than Lucas Patrick, bro. I'm over.
I ain't mad at that.
And with our luck with injuries, putting him on the practice squad or something, he is gonna get promoted eventually back to the regular team. Like Michael Myers, bro. You can't put him away.
The thing is, like, has there been a player that's been injured more than Lucas Patrick? Like, it's just like literally, he's come back to games and has lasted one play before getting injured again. Bro. It's comedy at this point, bro. Him and Cody Whitehair is like they're trying to see which one of us can be injured the most, bro. Which one of us can get our checks and have to play the least amount of snaps? Like, it's crazy, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. One person I'm throwing in as an honorable mention because I will pack his bags for him. Robert Tanya. The drop was everything for me. Get out. Bro. Yeah, no more double agents from other division rivals.
No, at this point, yeah, you're right. No more.
You're right. I'm with you.
One more. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm with y'all on that one.
Yeah. EQ St. Brown.
Oh, that's a tough one.
We almost passed his name up here. How you feeling about EQ?
Hey, I'm going to be smart this time. Let's keep EQ. I ain't going to lie. Just keep EQ. He the best blocker in the world. When it seems that all else fails, we bring back EQ in the starting roster, and he kills.
He is really good in there. And I think that if the Bears do go wide receiver in this draft, let Darnell Mooney walk. There's something to say that at that point you'd have a first and second year wide receiver and Tyler Scott, whoever the rookie wide receiver is, that you may want to keep EQ around as a veteran presence in that wide receiver.
I can see that. I'll be willing to let him go, but that last point, that was a great point. So we could consider. We could talk about it.
yeah, man. I don't like saying it, but there's reason to be thought. Listen, remember when we thought that Byron Pringle was actually going to play a role for the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, then he did donuts in the parking lot, and
he's never been the same, bro.
He's been the same at the start of the season, Drip. He did that at the start of the season, bro.
Bro, that's crazy, man. But all right, moving on from that, one topic before we got to get out of here, man. There was a tweet saying that the Chicago Bears should draft Marvin Harrison Jr. over Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams liked the tweet, which sent all of just so it's the thing that I don't like about new age sports reporting. There be too much shit about. So like I'm tired of seeing like people on Sports and be like, oh, well, such and such unfollowed so and so. Like, is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? We paying attention that close to people's social media? That's crazy. But how do you guys take this? Do you think that means that Caleb Williams, that a passive aggressive way, which Caleb Williams, he's sensitive, so he does a lot of passive aggressive shit of basically saying, hey, Bears, don't draft my ass.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, he is a California boy. Yeah, you know how Sidney they is. Shout out to my man Brandon L.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. This Mark get his fingernails painted and everything. I just don't think he made it Chicago. He not made for Chicago. I just don't think so. This is definitely intentional. If we have to read it, that's the intentional. I don't think he wants to play for Chicago, so I don't think we should draft him. He don't want to play. So I'm cool with that as well, because we getting Marvin Harrison.
Me, I ain't looking too much into it, to be honest. I don't care, because I'm just looking at what is going on right now. If bro liked the tweet, he liked the tweet? I don't really care for it. Look, I don't think that, bro, if the Bears do decide that they want to move on with him, I think with the construction of this roster, he will happily come on this team. Like literally, you have a defense in place already. You have a number one wide receiver already, a number one tight end already. You just got to plug a few holes. Yeah, that's why I'm not looking too much into it. We know the history of the Chicago Bears when it comes to quarterbacks. But you could say with your talent, if you believe you the man, plug me in that with that defense who's been holding teams to and playing well against the top teams like the Cleveland Browns. You plug me in that. If you the man, you say you plug me in that, we're gonna win some games. If not, I know everything I need to know about Caleb Williams. So I ain't gonna, looking too much to it.
Best talent he have in his life. Best talent he ever have. DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert. He had the best talent in his life. I don't know about the offensive line. That he come, but he not coming, so I ain't gonna try to talk him up. Go ahead, Drip.
I mean, like I said, I didn't really take too much from it, too much away. Like it is what it is, man. He liked the tweet. This is a different age, man. These motherfuckers be on social media too goddamn much. It's cool. Like, all right, cool. If you don't want to come here, you don't want to come here. It's all good. Like, I want people here who want to be here. That's it. I don't care who you are now. I mean, I'm sure if the Bears draft him, like you said, he's going to step into a pretty decent situation as far as weapons and things like that. But at the end of the day, man, like I've been vocal about this literally since about week 4. You draft Marvin Harrison Jr. And luckily, we just need the Panthers to lose one more game to lock in. That's it.
That's pretty much done. That's what they do well. They lose.
Don't jinx us. Don't say
that.
That's what
they do well. They lose.
Because with our luck, they'll win out and the Patriots will lose out. Like there's be some shit like that.
Hey, they pushed the Packers to the brink to the end. Not gonna lie,
but they still lost. You lose. No matter how you lose, you lose. They've mastered the art of losing this year. We're grateful.
That's crazy. That's wild. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here, fellas?
Hey man, shout out to my co-host on here, man. Let's go and let's kill it for another season, y'all. Let's kill it, bro.
I mean, we got to make it through this season first. But yeah, it's coming. Like,
already know.
But I was gonna say, hey, I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas, enjoyed y'all family, and you got everything that you wanted. Make sure y'all continue to lock in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for the #1 spot for all Chicago Bears right here, baby.
You already know, man. Y'all can follow us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, man. Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you, motherfuckers. Peace out.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.